listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
Or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
That intro could put you to sleep, those with that last minute. I keep forgetting to fix that intro. All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. Who? Goof On. Hi. I'm your host, Richard Giordano. It is Thursday. That's right, kitten caboodles. It is April the 13th. Oh, 2023. Are you scared? Yeah, because it's the 13th. Huh? Oh, it only works on Fridays? Well, it's April the 13th, but it is Thursday, and it wasn't a good day. Nonetheless, it was a great day. The weather's fine, the clouds are puffy, the sky's still blue, and 1 foot out of the grave is better than both feet in. So let's get this shindig started, shall we? I want to tell you tonight we're going to talk about your dreams. Who? You. Your dreams. We're going to have you come on the show, tell us of your favorite dream in your entire life, and I will play psychic tonight, and I will tell you what that dream means. If you fake it, I'll know. So I don't want any fake dreams if you're coming on this show. That's right. I'm going to drop a link in the show in a little bit in the chat. And those who want to tell me their dream, and I preferably want a dream that impacted you so much you've been thinking about it your whole life. And your whole life, I don't mean just last year or last night. I mean over 10, 20 years, the majority of your life. Like me, I kept having repetitive dreams when I was really young, 13, 14. I told about them here. Same dream, 5 or 6 nights in a row. First 3 nights, they were almost identical, but holy crap, I remembered it 40 years later. That's what I'm looking for tonight. Probably do that in a second hour, but probably within 30 minutes because I have to go over to rebellious, unknown, tonight at 9. So it's going to be one of those nights. We're going to cut this show a little bit short, but we're going to keep the constant talking. I didn't know what to say. Competition, constant. I can't believe you guys are so nice. Rebecca, my dear, sweet papaya. She already did 39 minutes before the show. Rebecca, the wild one. You know who. This one already gave $2.22 on the PayPal. See, if you want to support GoFund, you can. PayPal's preferable for the next few days. But Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App, same thing as PayPal. Like Jeanette. Hey, Jeanette, that's the first Super Chat of the night. Officially, but unofficially, it's a Super Chat. Yeah. Thank you, Jeanette Angel, for the 10 pound, 10 quid Super Chat. And it's a gush. All over the smiley, heart-cheeked emoji and 3 blue hearts. Green clovers, blue diamonds. Oh my God, Shinada. Grazie, Jeanette. And Rebecca Wild. They're very good, very nice, or generous. Who is this guy he's doing? I don't know. Jaime Maussan, I think. Hey, it's 2 M's are better than 1. But there's only one, Marvelous Marvin. What do you say? How do you be? That's a super dono right at me. It's $5 in green, the luckiest cutter of all. Never mind what's behind the wall. Nice to see you, Marvelous Marvin. Thank you very much. Sorry this morning on Alien Girl 101. The Alien Girlians are outstanding in their support. Thank you, too. Appreciate it. Really. It's a mucho gusto, generoso Thursday? See, it is. I was right. Thank you, Moonlight. Yeah, so ufology, it's really, blah, blah right now. So I thought maybe we could have some fun, talk about something a little different, maybe a paranormal connection. Dreams have to be the most incredible thing we do as humans, other than everything else. But dreaming, we don't understand completely. Why does our brain do what it does? Does what it do? Why does the brain do what it do? Dave Bailey says, good evening, Rich. That's what I wanted to see. Welcome to the show. A little roll call will help. Tony, what do you say? How do you be? Welcome. Rebecca. Welcome to the show, babe. Alfie Joe Bob, I got that super chat late last night. Thank you very much. I saw it. It came in. Thank you very much. Right at the end of the show. It was already over, but I saw it. I think it was $10 too. That was a good super chat. I just saw it as I was leaving. It was a long time after the show ended. I was surprised you even put the super chat in or that it even went through. I don't know. I'm looking it up right now to see if I'm right about that. No, that was Kingdom L. I'm so stupid. It was Kingdom L, I think. Anyway, I thought it was you. You did, though, sort of in the middle end. All right. Well, thank you both. Thank you. Marvelous. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Den Bub, welcome to the show. Michelle, welcome to this show. Jeanette, bum, 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 bum. Whoa. We've got a PayPal that just came in. It's 25 bones. That's Canadian dollars. And it came from David Wilcox. Man, I can't thank you enough. Really, you didn't have to. I know I say that a lot, and I really do mean it. But I am very grateful that you said what you said in the note, because it makes sense to me. He says, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. So I'm told. Was I supposed to read that? Yeah, I know what you mean. It's funny, actually. A bird in... I'd rather have the bird in the hand than two in the bush. But if you wait, and that's the signal there, the virtue signal. But if you wait and be patient, you may double your wealth. I'm all right. Give it to me now. Yeah. Somebody may die on the way. I ain't waiting for that bird. Come on. Right? Who wants to wait? We're greedy sons of bees because we know the consequences. If we don't go after it, something can happen to us. Well, either way, you're not going to have it if something happened to you. Nah, I didn't say I'm dying. I said something can happen and delay that communication. So just give me. Why do you think people take all the money in the lottery? They know. Because something technical can go wrong in the world, and I don't have my 400 million anymore. No, neither does anybody else. But welcome, everybody. Welcome. Cyber Bry. How you doing? Chris Rogers, David Wilcox. Thanks a lot again, man. That was really... You're a continuing supporter of Goof On like nobody's business over there. Diane Boss, how you do? Brooke is, yeah? Anomalies and the real deal. How you doing, everybody? All right, let's get started. Start. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Lucky 13, Michelle. It is lucky for me, but today, because it didn't fall on a Friday, I really didn't have bad luck. I just had no good. No good luck. No good. Well, yeah, I guess I can't say I didn't. Everybody's up and down. What did I just do? All these years drinking, and I make that mistake. You spend your whole life. You spend your whole life drinking out of water bottles, feeding yourself. You still bite down on the fork wrong once in a while. You still bite your tongue. Still drink a little bit too excitedly and it goes down the wrong pipe. There's only one pipe. I know, it's a juice. So dreaming is probably one of my favorite things to do other than breathing. Billy Nice, what do you say? Greg O'Brien, how do you be? Samo! I don't forget you. Moonlicked. Intergalactic Overhaul. Renee Cruisin. Zach That Kissed. Monsu. Josie Uke. Hey, Tim Freestone. How you doing, man? Oh, I think I was supposed to call you back. Never did. Sorry. I knew I forgot something. I fell asleep if it makes you feel any better. I woke up and I gotta go to the gym. Chris Rogers. How you doing? Lisa M. And M. Ring, ding, 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 ding. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Sapphire Elf. So, how you doing? Good to see you. So, everybody here dreams. This is what I like about dreaming. We all do it. What else do we all do in bed? Sleep? Watch TV? It's the number one answer. In my place. What's up, man? How you doing, everybody? Flubber Lane is here. Memphis Mayhem just snuck through the door. There he is. But people have been trying to analyze dreams since dreams were a thing. Even like in the thousands of years ago, people thought you were being visited by the demon, if you had these dreams, you don't tell that. In some tribes, they said, hey, don't tell anybody you had a dream like that. Don't do it. They'll think you're seeing the future. Madonna mia with the agita. You know what I mean? I drank water so fast. It was so delicious. I am hooked on water like nobody's business. Like, I can't get enough of it. Sickening. It's a sickness. Oh, it is. It's diabetes. But I love dreaming. I cannot wait to go to bed. Have you ever had this happen? Have you ever gone to sleep and were afraid you were going to die? How many here? I bet anybody over 50 had that thought. I had it for the first time about a week and a half ago when I was recovering. And I just felt like I was having a hard time breathing. Like it was hard to take a deep breath, and I couldn't. And that's what the COVID does. It makes you, restrict your breathing at some points. But this was the only time it did it. And I'm like laying in bed, and I'm like, I'm starting to maybe calm down. I'm like, don't get a panic attack. Which I may have only had one of those. My God, I'll never want to go through that again. But getting ready for bed should be the most comforting time of your day. You're tired. It's your home. The lights are low and then they turn off. There's no noise. The dog's asleep. You can hear the breathing of the other people in the house. Right? You hear all that. But you're sitting there afraid you're going to die. And you don't know what to do. You're like, if I go to sleep and don't wake up, I don't know. How would I know? How would you know? How do I know right now I'm not in a dream? You don't know, but you can tell the difference. I see myself, everything looks normal. I'm not getting somebody else's hand as my hand. Everything's where it should be as far as I'm aware, and have accumulated these thoughts of the norm in my life. So I know I'm in a waking moment right now. But when you're in a dream, you don't know. It's happening to you in your mind, in your dream, because your dream is an electrical impulse of thoughts created throughout your life's visual content. And somehow, and this is the thought process on why you dream, it's just a breakdown, a deconstruction of maybe even a defragging and a deconstruction, reconstruction of things you don't need in your brain and things you do. And your brain is going to sort all that out through dreams. It's like, yeah, you're sleeping, but your brain is replaying so many things. It's impossible for your brain to keep all the thoughts out. So imagine that this is what's happening when you're asleep. Imagine imagine everything you've ever done on the computer. And imagine that, 15 years. Imagine you press start and watched what you did from the very first letter on the keyboard to now. It's like your thoughts are racing through, like fast forwarding your computer life. And you hear all the, right, and all this stuff. And then you see a car fly by and you're like, what the? I don't remember a car flying. And then you see David Wilcock flying. Oh, yeah, he got the car, I guess. But he didn't. But in your brain, put David Wilcock in the car because we've talked about it, right? It's in my life. So your brain is trying to deconstruct, reconstruct, defrag, rebuild. It's doing all this stuff so you can survive every day. So what we get out of it is the enjoyment of a memory of time that didn't happen. Or did it? So then we got to go down the other road. The road they call woo. Woo? Is that you? The paranormal. What do they mean? Why am I dreaming the same thing every night for 5 nights? Why does the brain need to keep going there? Don't you find that interesting? If there's this whole volume of Rich Giordano life that it could go through, why is it focusing just on this? Is this happening outside of my body? Like I'm sleeping? But are the aliens around me right now and I just don't know it because I'm sleeping? So it's turning it into a dream. Where am I going? What is this place? I'm being abducted. Is that all right? Who are you? I'm you. You're me. Yeah, I'm going to be in your head before you wake up. What? That's how it happens. That's how it happens. That's how it happens. I got to repair myself. What do you mean yourself? This is me. Look, you're not going to remember this, Rich, but I'm you. You're nothing. I'm nothing. How could you? God, I thought he'd never shut up. It is strange, strange, strange. Dreams are wicked. And we're going to learn a little bit about dreams now. What is this? Oh, holy smokes. Greg, are you playing with Satan again? You little... Dreams are a form of time travel. You can live 100 years in 5 minutes. Let's talk about that. Remember when I talked? I don't know if you were here. Greg, that is very generous of you. Thank you. Hold on. We're going to talk about that. Let's save that for a moment. Greg, mucho gusto, generoso. We're going to go to Marvelous Marvin real quick. I'm sorry, scratch that. Chris Rogers and say, once dreamed about events as they were happening. Saw a burglar fleeing my aunt's house. Oh my God, we got to talk about that. See, this is why I'm having you guys come on. That's why I'm going to drop the link here in a minute. I don't know. So, Greg, dreams are a form of time travel. Wow. Okay. Are dreams a form of time travel? So you go to sleep, you dream, you start dreaming, but you're really seeing a place in history. Now, I say history, but could we be going into the future too to see prehistory? I don't know. It is a form of time travel. The only reason I say that, because you do have dreams about things that happened in your life. Some people have trauma dreams. They keep reliving an awful event that happened in their life. You see what happens now? See? I got to remember what's happening, not to drink that much stuff during a talking event at one time. I don't know, Greg. I don't know, man. But if what you mean, what I think you mean, maybe I'm wrong. When you go to sleep, you're remembering, your brain brings up events that already happened? Because that's what I think you mean. When there's trauma in someone's life, it's something you're thinking about. It's even in your subconscious thoughts. So somebody who was, let's say, in a war, they have PTSD, right? Post-traumatic stress syndrome. There's other PTS types out there, different levels of it, I've learned, or different versions, I'm not sure. But shell shock, is what they used to call it. they come home from the war, and these guys, every little sound on the 4th of July, they freak out. The refrigerator light bulb goes off, pop, and they're like, So I think it's a form of healing. I saw an interview today where this guy said something that I try, and you see me talk about it here. I try to live by this because I just said, what if the brain is trying to, it's trying to not figure out, but keep the important stuff, and I don't, the stuff that's real important to you or that bothered you, that was traumatized to you, is for some reason time-stamped in your brain as a memory that won't go away. This guy in an interview today said, don't think about it. Right? Move forward. What are you doing thinking about it? What do you mean? This girl said. She goes, I was raped. I can't stop thinking about it. It happened in my life. And he's like, I understand that, but don't think about it. And it won't create this negative feeling. And eventually it'll be like a dream. Like, really, like it never happened. And she's like, you're a dude talking to me about this. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. You can't even give advice to a female if you're a male now. That's the new thing. Because we don't know what females are going through. All right. And, that's what they were talking about, psychiatrists. That's what made me want to talk about this today. That's what triggered this. I'm like, well, what about dreams? Dreams help you get over stuff as well, right? No. Here's why. I'll tell you why. That's a bullshit statement. I don't think dreams help us at all. Forget shit. Because I didn't think about a certain event that happened in my life a long time ago. And I had a dream about it. And the whole day I was like, God. And then, and then you have all these thoughts coming back up like, was I? Did I? Should I? And then you're like stressing out over something that happened 30 years ago. Dreams play an important role in our life. So much so, people dedicated their lives to figuring out dreams. So thanks, Greg. Appreciate the support. And Chris Rogers. Now, you said once dreamed about events as they were happening, saw a burglar fleeing my aunt's house. That I never heard. What? That is absolutely amazing to me. Oh, no, I have. I had people tell me about dreams that somebody died, and then they got a call or a text that, moment that they woke up and they're like, did you hear JoJo died? And they're like, oh my God, I was just dreaming about JoJo. Any name that I throw out there is generally just made up. It's not family. I'll let you know when it's family. I did have a JoJo. I had, check this out, an Aunt Joe and an Uncle Joe, short for Joanne. And I also had another Aunt Joe and Uncle Joe. How does that happen? But hers was Josephina. Because her father wanted a boy and she turned out to be a girl, so they added the Fina at the end of it. Or the Ina. I can't believe I'm doing this on the show. Sorry. I wasn't even thinking. That's interesting. Yeah, you're right. You can dream. That's a form of future time travel happening in the moment. God, my dreams, I dream in infrared. No, I'm just kidding. That is a song by Queensryche. I dream very graphically. I mean, what do they call that? When you dream and it's viral? What is it? I dream and it's so realistic. Every dream since I was a kid, I don't remember having any dreams that did not seem like it was real life. When I dream, it's real. I smell the grass. I feel the air, the breeze. I hear the rumble in the road on the tires of the car I'm driving in. I feel the knob on the stereo. Easy. I feel the knob on the stereo. I don't even know why I use that word knob. But I am a lucid dreamer is what it is. Yeah. Moon. I almost said moonlight because I saw this right above this. Don Mofo throwing down $5 super dono because he can. And he loves the super duper goof on. That's what we do. We bring truthology to ufology, but tonight we're talking dreams. And Don Mofo throwing down a super chat of $5. It's a super dono. It's a donation with no emoji or a comment. So those who don't know, who've never been here before, that's a dono. Thanks, Don Mofo, a continuing supporter of Goof On. Tacey Hale. I was in an old mining shaft and an evil monk had me there and saw me mom. And one of my brothers, I screamed and screamed for them to help me, but they couldn't hear me. The gates were old. Wow, that is wicked cool. Like, that's bizarre. All right. So speaking of dreams, I'm going to now drop the link in the show because I have got to hear your dreams. And let's have some fun today. I'll, inspired by Alien Girl's morning show. I think she does a fantastic job. And she's really, I don't know who I was talking to, maybe Tim about it, but she's doing really good with that psychic thing in the morning. In the beginning of the show, she does her, I don't know, Star Child reading or something like that. But I've been doing this forever, so hey. No, Amy's a good girl. She's a good girl. Sounds so bad, doesn't it? Who says that anymore? You're such a good girl. Aw, Amy, you're such a good girl. Come here. Come here to goof on. Come here. Stop licking. All right, here we go. What am I doing? Oh, no, not yet. Oh, I didn't drop it. I thought I did. It didn't go through. Oh, I have to play the video first. Yes. I can't go late tonight. I have to end a little early, but we're going to have some fun. All right, where is it? Oh, I have it up and ready to go. Oh, look at me, all prepared. So there's 17 common dream meanings you should never ignore. Do you understand what that means? Never. Don't ignore what we're about to go over. I'm only going to show you 3. You figure out the rest. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. We still lost that person. Yeah, they didn't come back. Yeah. That's a shame. We lost a good one. Don Mofo, what the fo? I saved it. I'm trying not to swear at all. I'm sorry to that person who emailed me who didn't like that I've turned into a little nicer person. I'm not going to swear. I may say it briefly, but I don't want to swear anymore. Nope, it's not a good sound. It just isn't. If we were talking one-on-one, yeah, after show and all that, but I don't find it appealing anymore. I just can't ignore it. It annoys me. Don Mofo, thank you for your tremendous fucking support. You are a very generous person. Thank you, brother. $20. Unbelievable. And then Steven, hey, Mr. Karn, with the £5, £5. Love your show. I dream all the time, mostly about my dad. And I miss him so much. Love your show and all your work. Wow, thank you. And I'm assuming your father passed. Yeah, so, man, that must be tough. But also, he's still with you. I really believe this. I don't know why or how it happened, but I believe not every case. I believe that there are some people when they pass, for however it works when we pass, I think they're allowed to stay here for a certain amount of time to see that their family's off and running and they're okay. Maybe after we pass on, like we have this energy that if we touch our loved ones through this magic, maybe we give them some warmth and maybe we put them to sleep so they have less stress. Who knows? Whatever it is, whatever we can do on the other side. I don't know, man. I'm just hopeful that when we get there, that there is a connection. For some reason, I don't know how it works, but I really believe it. I do. Stephen, that's beautiful, man. Thank you very much for the kind words. Thank you. You're very generous. And that's an honest statement, too. Yeah. You know, let's just plan this before the top of the show. We will, I'll bring you guys in. We'll talk for about 30, 45 minutes. Probably only get to 3 or 4 of you, but maybe it depends how fast you tell your stories. And when you do join the show, let's make it about the dream and not go off on the other stuff. I just want to get to as many people as possible. Hey, there may be nobody chiming in. But Don Mofo says for $20, hey, Don Mofo here again. I truly do love you all. Goofon, number 1. He does, and thank you. We are number 1 in truthology for ufology. We created the term, by the way. I don't know if it was me. I think somebody came up with that term, and darn it, I don't know. It was a combined effort. But thank you, Don Mofo, for saying that. You love the show. I don't know what kind of elixir I gave this crowd through the Wi-Fi, through the internet. I don't know how it worked, but I am one grateful MFer. One grateful dude. All right. What? Hold on. Here we go. Jerry. I'll just say your first name. I think I know who this is, but I'm not 100% sure. But I got a PayPal for $10 from Jerry, who says, I figured it out, Rich. And that's, sending the PayPal. Thank you very much. Jerry, you are incredible. That is your, I believe, first one to the show, too. So we'll give you, what's that? Yeah, this one. Say it. Well, thank you, Jerry, for the $10. I figured it out, Rich. Super duper Jedi Gush. Happy times all over sad times. Oh, well, that was very nice. Good recording. Thank you, Jerry. Big mucho gusto generoso. To the PayPal, which is preferred for the next few days, if that's possible. If you guys can support the show. Or Cash App. All the links are in the show description. I'm not begging. Stop that. Don't say that. You guys know sometimes I don't even bring it up during the show. Samo does. Nah, there he is. Put the blame on Samo. Samo, can you get me the clip of the PlayStation 6 that's coming out and what is it? Praise the cat. What does he say over there? Yeah, we'll do something like that. Yeah. Hey, by the way, I need a new car. Can you super chat a new car? Oh, by the way, my kid needs a place. Remember, I can't believe that. My kid needs a PlayStation. I know that's nice support. It is. I just don't find it that it was going back into the show. You know, I mean, everything I use goes, you know, it's for me, but it's for the show and to stay alive and do this every day. I don't want a PlayStation. I don't want toys. Everything that was donated, the camera, the computer, I use Super Chat money when you guys were getting $800 a week. Well, I was, you know, all that shit paid off. And thank God we put it back into the show. With gas is part of the show. I have to travel. Man, you guys are unbelievable. Really, like on another level. All right, let me play this video. We'll get to you guys and your dreams. And Don Mofo throwing down another $5 super dono. What is going on over here? Don Mofo breaking the record of mofos. No, that one night when you were doing it, what, every minute? It was every minute, right? Or every 5 minutes? I thought it was every minute. It was like a lot. Thank you, Don Mofo. Here we go. In a 5, in a 4. Huh? No, I already did. 3. Don? Beep. 2, 1. Oh, what happened?
Brainy Dose presents 17 common dream meanings you should never ignore. Dreams. Everyone has them. They can be beautiful, magical, and exciting, but they can also be frightening, waking you up in the middle of the night in panic.
Hell yeah.
For those of you who watch our channel regularly, you probably already know that we've delved deep into the psychology of dreams in previous videos. Today, we will explore some common dreams and their meanings, specifically ones that dream analysts say are worth paying attention to. And while science hasn't yet proven that there is any exclusive meaning to dreams, experts continue to study dreams to promote self-awareness and to help us better understand what's troubling us in our daily lives. Here are some common dreams you should not ignore. Number 1.
You can tell I never smoke joints.
All right. If you've had a dream where you found yourself lost or trapped, what this usually means is that you have uncertainty with regards to a particular situation in your life, and you are unsure of what steps to take.
Let me tell you something. This is so easy. I have a dream book, and I looked for it. Believe me, I can't find it. I also can't find my FBI book for all the best UFO sightings you never heard of. Remember, I was going to read those stories? Can't find the book. I also can't find something. What? All right. It doesn't matter. Let's just get to work. All right. Next one. Yeah. When you get lost in your dream, that's obvious, man. Oh, you already don't know which steps to take in your life. You know, you have some decisions to make. This is why analyzing dreams is no different than just repeating the dream back in words you understand. That's all it is. It's easy. But when we put the psychic twist to it, well, you'll see.
As you can't find your way out, and these dreams mirror the complications that you're experiencing in your life, be it financial, emotional, physical, or mental. Number 2, boxes. Dreaming about boxes means that your subconscious is trying to bring attention to some type of concealment. You may be worried about someone hiding something important from you, or perhaps you have a secret that you are keeping from others.
That's cool. I have never dreamed about a box. Well, I mean, come on. Come on. However, I like the analogy. Putting things in the box, your secrets, right? Man, this is great. I'm so glad I chose this tonight. I love dreams. I do. I can't wait to hear your dreams so much. We're going to wait a few more minutes. No, hold on.
Dissatisfaction in your life.
All right, one more.
Onto is now ready to be released and revealed. But if after looking inside, you realize that there is nothing in the box, you are probably going through some feelings of distress or dissatisfaction in your life. Number 3, missed opportunities. If you dream about scenarios where you miss a bus, plane, train, or some other form of public transportation, usually by just a fraction of a second, the dream may be mirroring real-life regrets you have about not pursuing something you wanted to. It could be that concert you missed, or not responding on time to that dream job. Other dreams that also signify these kinds of regrets are ones where you are late to an event, performance, or an interview. Number 4, falling or sinking.
This is a good one.
These dreams often include feelings of helplessness or being overwhelmed. Dreams where you're falling, usually from some high point, like a tall building, or you could be sinking into a large body of water like the ocean. People often believe that having these dreams, or what is better thought of as nightmares, is a prediction of their own death. But this isn't the case. Such a dream suggests that you are not happy or satisfied with where you are in life. Perhaps you have some fear of failure in some endeavor or more risky life choices you've made, and they're swinging around to bite you in the butt. To find meaning again, you may need to think of some new choices, or altogether carve a new, different path.
You get the idea? So the link to that video will be in the show description after the show ends. I think this is a new one from Don Mofo. I don't know if that... No, that's the one I already did. Here's another one. Thank you, Don. Well, it looks the same, but I see the timestamp on it, so I know it's a different one. Don Mofo throwing down 5 more bones. They're U.S. bones, too. That 5 is a real 5. It's a Super Dono 5. I don't know much, but I know Don Mofo. Oh, see what I did there, Don? Oh, look what he did here. Now he's like doubling it up, changing the color to yellow. Is that what you're going to do? You're going for the 100. You're doing the 100. You're very, very nice. Thank you. I think you hit the 100 mark already. No? 20, 40, 50, 60. I think you're close. Don, it's great, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Super Dono. That was like 3 minutes after the other one. I think that's it. Yay, Don Mofo throwing down a bunch of coinage. Keeping GoofOn standing. Keeping the job. Making it hard for me to quit. Making it hard. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's bring you guys in. A little bit earlier than I said. See? I'm not a man of my word. All right, I got to do this the right way. So I'm going to post this. And here we go. Join the show with the pinned link and tell us about your dreams. Cause you don't know much, but I know Don Mofo. Yahoo, Don Mofo. There you go, Don Mofo. There it is. Jeanette Angel and the others are here because they have 2 good ears and 1 good eye. Huh? 1 bad ball. Aw. And that's not all. Gosh. Oh. Hey. All right. We've got Mr. Oh yeah, I haven't had anybody on the show. How do I bring him on? Hey, Stephen. How are you, man?
Oh, good, man. You?
Oh, you know, just hanging in there, doing the show.
Yeah, no, I was just quickly jumping on. I'm going to bed in a minute. I've got to get up early. I've got some traveling to do in the morning. But yeah, no. What I was saying about my dad was,
yes,
he died at the start of COVID. Apparently of COVID, I don't know. He passed away. I believe of sepsis of the lung.
Oh,
that's
no.
what I believe. But like, I mean, everyone's like, "Oh no, it was COVID," and I'm like, really? I mean, you could die of a stubbed toe and they'd say it was COVID. But anyway, moving on. And
no, sorry to hear about your dad, by the way.
It is what it is, man. You know, it's life, and everyone gets there. But yeah, it's no. True. And I just had this reoccurring dream of when he took me fishing when I was about 8. Funny as fuck, his story, man. You're gonna love it. Okay. He basically took me and my little brother fishing. Never caught a fish in our life. took us fishing, and we're stood there, we're reeling it in, we're casting it out, reeling it, casting it out. Anyway, blah blah blah, moving on. But half an hour later, I catched this fish. So he said to me, he said, Steve, don't grab the fish by the back because it will spike you. It was a wrasse. And I was like, all right, okay. So what did I do? Grabbed it by the back, spiked me in the hand. Fucking drop kicked it against the floor. Anyway, moving on with that one. And then, like...
But this is a dream, right? This is the dream.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the real life, but it's a dream. Like, it's really weird.
Yeah.
And so my little brother catches an eel. And I'll never forget it. And this is why it's a reoccurring dream, because I'll never forget my mum's face. When we brought it home, she thought it was dead, and it jumped out the bag at her. Never, ever would I ever forget that. But yeah, I keep having this reoccurring dream. I keep having this reoccurring dream of it. And it's just, I mean, it's not the best memory I have of him, but it's one of the best memories I have of him. And it's the one that always, I mean, I was counting in my sleep the other night. My missus was like, you kept getting up to 39 and stopping. And I was like, I don't know. Like, maybe it was because I was counting. Like, I don't know. But yeah, it's like, I don't know if anyone else has that, where they talk in their sleep. Like, do you know what I mean? Or I remember once when I first met my missus, I used to be a boxer, and I was, in my dreams, I was like Sonny Liston. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, reliving things. But it's weird, like, but you're right in what you say about you relive your dream. You relive the episodes of what you've been through in your dreams.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, for me, I was just speaking about me, but how can it not drum up those old memories? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. We got a few more people here too. We've got Chris Rogers, who we're going to speak with next, and Sapphire Elf. Good to see. But did you want to throw down one other story, and Stephen?
No. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'll let you crack on. I just have to say though, Sapphire Elf, that is awesome antennas you got there, mate.
No. Well, we'll be talking about those. I think we're dreaming about them, but we'll see.
You watch. I'll wake up tomorrow. I'll send you a message on Facebook. I'll be like, I was dreaming about them.
We all are. That'd be awesome. All right,
listen, I really cannot appreciate you enough, man. You like, and this isn't me blowing smoke up your ass. I have to say this before I go, because I don't really get to talk to you much. But when I do, you're always there. You're always there. And like whenever I needed, like, let off a little bit of steam, you've always been there. I'll behind the scenes and stuff. So I appreciate you, man. That's why I love donating, because at the end of the day, if there's no you, there's no ufology in my eyes.
Jesus.
And that ain't blowing smoke up your ass. That is the truth.
Okay, I agree with it then.
Yeah, you better do.
No, thank you.
You better do, or I'm gonna fly over to where you are and kick your ass.
I deserve it. I mean, I need a good ass kicking. See, my dyslexia got me. See what it did? All right, man.
No worries.
Thanks,
anyway,
buddy.
Peace, love, and blessings.
You too.
All right, take care, guys.
Take care, Stephen. That was funny, actually. All right, Chris Rogers. Man, how you doing?
How you doing, Rich?
Doing good. Good. You?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get straight into the story. Keep it short and sweet.
No rush. Go ahead. Yeah, Sapphire Elf ain't going anywhere. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. All right, go ahead. Let's hear it.
So, well, my experience was my dreams normally are a bit bizarre, but this one, it was at the start of a film, right? So, to give you the scenario, I'm dreaming that I'm back in my parents' house, and I'm in my old bedroom looking out the window. It's night time, and my uncle is standing behind me. Now, he's already been dead for about 5-6 years, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem odd that he's there. So the dream starts. I'm standing looking out the window. I hear a woman scream, and the house next door is where my uncle and aunt lived, and I see somebody running down the path between the two houses. And that's it. That's all the dream was. The next morning, when I phone home, right, because obviously I'm living away from home now,
yeah,
and I'm speaking to my mum, and she tells me that the previous night, my aunt has woke up in the middle of the night. Somebody's broke into her house, and she's woke up with the handle on the bedroom door going.
Holy crap!
You imagine that, right? You know, and she's not dreaming. That's real. So the only thing she's in the house herself, right, and the only thing she could do is let out the biggest scream possible. And at that point, the guy who's broke in, he's forced open the front window, took off, back out the window, and ran down the path. So for some reason, right, I've actually witnessed this in a dream, but it's real time as it's happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now,
That's...
I don't know whether there's any, the fact that my uncle, right, her husband, right, was there beside me. It's
right.
Was he showing me, dude, this is what's going on, this is what's going down? I don't know. But I'm going to tell you the second one very quickly, which scared the bejesus out of me, was I'm dreaming that I've met my cousin in my mother's house, but my cousin's just recently passed away.
Hold on. You met your cousin at your mother's house?
Yeah, I'm dreaming.
Right. Okay, so you're dreaming that you met your cousin at your mother. You've already met him before. Like, you know him?
No, it's a she.
Or she, you've met her before?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you mean meeting as in like joining over there at your mother's?
Yeah, so the dream starts, I'm in my mother's house. My cousin turns up.
Okay.
And I says, at this point in reality, my cousin and my mother are both dead. Right? And I'm saying to my mother, oh, it's Pat, it's so good to see Pat, right? And my cousin comes over and she's hugging me, right, and kissing me. And she says, it's so good to see you. And then the two sit down on the couch, and then she looks at me and she says, oh, Chris, she says, I'm so sorry. She says, you passed away in your sleep. And at that point, I've turned and I've looked to the other side of the room, and now I can see a different view. I can see my own living room, and I can see myself lying slumped on the couch. And then I woke up, but I wasn't dead. So that freaked me out. I've got to admit that one freaked me out a bit because I woke up and I wasn't sure.
My mute button was on. So, I was saying, I don't know how my mute button came on. I accidentally clicked it, moving around stuff here, but I was trying to say, I didn't hear what you said. She said you died on your couch?
In the dream, she's looking at me, and I said to her, it's good to see you, but I'm kind of puzzled. And she replies to me, Chris, I'm so sorry. She says, you passed away in your sleep. That's how I'm here, because now I'm dead. And when I turn around, the view from my mother's living room has changed to my house, and I can now see myself slumped on the couch. So, yeah, that was pretty scary.
No, that is, I'm thinking about it. Because how do I analyze that? The thing is, I think you might have been going through health issues at the time, or just recently, maybe. And that got into your brain so much, and you're worried about your mother if you pass away. So you had the dream, and she found you dead. And that's the last thing you wanted her to do. And that's why you were having that dream, I think.
It's possible, Rich, because my cousin was actually she was the last sort of close family member. Unfortunate circumstances. I lost my brothers and my parents and aunties and uncles all within a 10-year period. You know, so suddenly being the youngest, albeit I'm older than you, by the way. Being the youngest of the family, I'm now the last one standing. So maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know. But yeah, first one was curious, second one was scary.
Man, now you never had that second one repeated, have you?
No, the recurring nightmares that's for another show. That's about being abducted through a wall.
Did you have health concerns at that moment in your life, or give it, maybe a week's with the prior to having the dream?
Apart from usual Scottish health.
Well, you don't have to
smoking too much.
All right, so nothing wrong. All right, yeah. Well, I'm not asking for specifics. I was just wondering if you were concerned about your own health. Were you heavily in thought, like, I better really go see a doctor? Were you thinking like that?
No, I don't think like that, Rich.
Excellent. All right, so that is weird. I can't think why you would have that dream. So you really weren't concerned about your health, but I bet you subconsciously your body is.
That is now.
I don't know, Yeah, but that's cool dream, and also a bad dream. But thanks for sharing, man. That was really cool. Yeah.
Stick in, great show, by the way.
Pardon?
And stick in. I'm loving the show.
Thank you. Yeah, man. I'm glad you're still hanging around. You haven't jumped ship. But no, thanks, Odd. I appreciate all the support, man. Thank you for hanging out.
No worries. Take care.
You too, Chris. Chris Rogers, everybody. Chris Rogers. Now, we'll bring in Sapphire Elf. What do you say? How do you be?
Hey. Yeah, going all right. Still morning over here.
Still what?
Still morning over here. It's 10 a.m. in the bunker.
Oh, still morning. I thought you said still moaning.
Oh, well, Australians just mumble, so I probably was moaning too.
So I know you've got the antennas going. Any interesting dreams come through those things?
Yeah, I've got two, kind of. One's just kind of a pretty common one that I hear a lot of people have, which is the feeling you've lived a whole life in one night's dream. And when you wake up, you're just crushed and sad that it's not real. Like, I had a dream that I'd met a girl in a green dress on a bus. We had the whole honeymoon period, got married, had kids. They were in like even school by the time I woke up. And they weren't there in the morning. And I was so crushed. And I still cry about it every now and then. But once a year, I will catch the bus, just in case I come across the girl in the green dress.
Yes.
I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, maybe it's something that I need. Maybe it's not something out there, but I don't know.
Repeat the dream to me when you get a chance.
Okay, so it starts off, I get on the bus and I'm a senior in high school, and that's where I meet her. She gets on my bus and moves to my school one day.
Okay. Well, wait, so you met her that way, but in the dream you get on a bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not a person I know from real life either. Like, not someone that I had a crush on that's been superimposed in. It's someone I've never met. And
perhaps what you really want. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and like I can't picture her face anymore. You know how you lose dreams over time?
Hell yeah.
But if I close my eyes and hold out my hand, I swear I could still recognize her if I touched her face.
Wow.
You know, like that deep, you know.
It was a real impactful dream. So yeah, I want to hear it. So what happened? Yeah. That's it?
Well, it was just a great life. Yeah, it was. I lost my dad on the farm when I was a kid, and it wasn't through divorce or anything. It was just through death.
Oh.
So I always wanted a family of my own, and so maybe that's just a deep thing that I've always, wanted.
Yeah.
And
that is. I'm not without thought. I'm just thinking about, why? Because I've never, and I've looked at dreams. I've, analyzing dreams, the dream books, I was into it for a while when I was younger. I never heard of anybody dreaming a whole life. I've heard people dreaming, a couple days, but this is unprecedented in my world. It's crazy.
This must have been a good 20, 25 years worth, like the best part of it.
Wow. Wait, so you mean, you were there for the births and all that?
Yeah, the whole lot. Yeah. It was like a life.
How long did you sleep that night? A regular 8 hours?
Yeah. There was nothing unusual about it.
And now, have you ever had it repeat? Like have that dream twice, 3 times?
Yes.
I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous. That's really cool.
Probably around 5 times, but there's no in between time that would be a good time for it to reoccur again.
I hear you.
It just happens at random.
So I don't know if you heard of me talking about how Ari Shafir dreamed he was in another life when he did ayahuasca. And he went on his deep trip and lived this other life, was married, had friends, they went to dinner, they had kids. He remembers getting married. And then when like you said, after his 10-minute trip, his was a trip, but after that, he came back and he was so drained and depressed because he really enjoyed being this other person, but he couldn't understand what happened. And he still has memories of all these things that he did. I think he said he was there for, I can't remember, 6 months. He was living this other life. So what is it? Is it that we are tapping into, because dreams, when your dreams, chemicals are being poured through your body, of course, when you go through rapid eye movement at the peak of your sleep, after 3 hours or so, your brain releases these chemicals and endorphins and all this other stuff that, with ayahuasca and drugs, you may be simulating the same exact thing with dreams. It's amazing to me that you experience that.
Yeah, the machine elves are coming, by the way.
And, what was that?
The machine elves are coming. They're my people. That's the DMT trip elves that everyone meets.
Okay.
The machine elves.
Oh, okay. The machine elves?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, when it comes to like reincarnation and do we live past lives, I come from a point that what if life itself is like an extra force? Like if energy is E equals MC squared and the big boom and all that energy just manifests matter. What's the point of energy manifesting matter unless matter manifests life simply to observe the thing going on? And so maybe life is just a force like electromagnetism. And do we have individual past lives? Or are some people just tapping into the web of all lives ever lived? And something about a unique life is coded for them and they can just pick up on that like it was their past life.
That's cool. Very cool. Yeah. I like that.
I often talk about the miasma of ideas. Someone in a friend's group will have an idea and not talk about it. And a few days later, your best friend tells you the exact same thing that he's been thinking of.
Like, how'd that happen? Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder, is there just some miasma of life force that we're all connected to? And some people can tap into, like, ancient historical versions or just, like, last week versions or perhaps even a future version.
But think about this. That happens not that often. I mean, if you really think about the way the weirdness comes into your life, it's literally 1% to 2% of your day. It's not a lot, but we remember it because it's so impactful and so real. And you're wondering if you are glimpsing into another dimension side by side, just the waves cross paths, or are we intercepting brain thoughts? Are we accepting thoughts in the air? Sometimes I wonder if you're sleeping and the guy next to you was a pilot, but his dreams just drifted over into you and now you're flying in your dream and you're like, how am I flying? Because the guy next door was in a plane, but you mixed them up together. It was a mashup of dreams. I don't know, man. It's just, why do things happen? Yeah, it's weird.
It's like the Mandela effect.
Hey,
Yeah, do you all of a sudden, as an individual, jump into a different time stream where shit's different, but you remember it how it used to be? Or are you staying in your time stream, but shit around you is flipping and changing based on your perception of it, man? You know, like...
Yeah, I hear that.
Are we influencing it, or are we just sliding through all the realities? Or is it us creating them, you know?
See, and we talked about that here before. I don't know, man, because I think our DNA is like a map of the history of humanity. So if there's one surviving human, you can actually rebuild humanity somewhere else if something happened to us. That's like we're like a vault of information, every one of us. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but how does it work in the dream world and shit? You know, it's really bizarre. I know we've got... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Quick one?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got Larky Derry I'm going to bring on. But Larky, hold on. We're gonna take one more.
Yeah,
so go ahead. Yeah.
I got a physical example of this one, a manifestation of its reality too. When I was teaching myself my tool making and blacksmithing, which is what my dream job was ever since watching Highlander as a little kid. And so I was like the head forger guy at the Knife Makers Guild in Australia for a while, and I did really well at it and won a lot of shows and stuff. But when I was trying to teach myself historical things from books, I'm in Australia and I can't even go to a museum and see anything that's over 150 years old to get a good look at one. And so I'd read about all these historical things and the way to make them in books. And the first time I attempted to make a multi-chord pattern welded blade, I knew I could do it because for a fortnight leading up to it, I'd met a foreigner in my dream in a stone hut, and we couldn't communicate in English, but he used hand movements, and he'd do something wrong, and then he'd say no and throw it in a pile, and then he'd teach me for a week how to mess it all up, and then we just did one that worked, and I followed him, and he's showing me stuff like this, and this was my first pattern welded one I ever made. And that's a triple core with a center twist made from chainsaw bars.
Yeah, I see it.
And the cutting edges have like a mossy oak pattern that's welded together chainsaw chains. And so it's my Husqvarna Viking knife. And a guy from Finland sent me this moose antler that he hunted.
Wow.
He saw my blade.
Wow, man, that's awesome.
And my forge mark's on here somewhere. There it is down there.
I don't... Oh, yeah, there it is. A little bit. Yeah.
Spearhead with an eye in it.
I see it.
Yeah, that was the first attempt I ever did. And, of course, I just blew the Knife Makers Guild out of the water with it.
That's great, brother, man. That's amazing how you did it, though.
And I do the leather work with the traditional backseam sheath.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. It really is, man. I love all that stuff.
Yeah,
you went
so
up.
Go ahead. A magic man in a vision showed me how to do it.
That's crazy, though. But maybe that's how information is shared, and that's how it's been done for millennia. But we've gotten so close to each other, and we all live on top of each other. We probably lost that ability to recognize it.
And I'm just wondering, is it me trying to lament over these real wordy books and I'm not quite getting it in the waking world? And so my brain just takes me on a spirit quest trying to understand it.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if I'm actually being visited by an ancestor or that's my brain inventing a puppet.
You probably are, man. You probably are. But I enjoyed talking with you, and we've got to do this more often. I got to have you guys come on. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Sapphire Elf. And anything you want to add before you go?
No, just hello everyone. Thanks for being cool, and yeah.
And hey, awesome. I just wanted to say I'm glad you're okay, man. It's good to see you. And last week was weird. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to bring that up because it just is what it is. It's over with. But I just want to say I'm glad you're okay. That's all.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I love you, bro.
Love you too. Take care. We'll see you again. Thanks, all right. You're welcome. Hold on, Larky. Lucky Derry, how you doing, Marty?
I'm no bad, mate. How are you doing?
How? I'm doing good, man. Thank you for chiming in. So you got a dream or?
No. So I've got a couple of things to ask you. One,
Sure.
I'm trying to get across for one of my friends. He was in Florida. He's seen black circles, roughly 40 miles high and kind of 40 miles wide over Florida. It was supposedly seen by 300,000 plus people, south of Cape Canaveral, northwest of Palm Beach, roughly 3 o'clock in the afternoon in 2005. Now, the reason that I'm wanting, so the only similar thing that I can have to explain this to you is in the Nuremberg newspaper in like the, I don't know, 1817 or something like that.
Yeah.
They had the same sort of sighting. Now,
Yeah.
it was the 1560s, sorry, 1560s.
Okay.
So the reason that I'm asking is 300,000 people supposedly seen this in Florida, and it's nowhere to be found on the internet. And my pal always asks me, could you just ask the people in GoFon if anybody in Florida has any recollection of this that happened in 2005? So yeah, that's my kind of first thing, just in case anybody in the show or anybody that was in Florida round about that time period had managed to see these big black circles.
Oh, right. 5 black circles in the sky.
Well, I think it was only 2, but they were like 40 miles wide, as far as I'm aware.
Wow.
Black, 2 circles. It supposedly made the news, and he's had a good look on the internet to see if he can find anything about them, but it seems to have disappeared. There doesn't seem to be much information about it or anything like that. And it was just in case anybody that's watching the show has seen these black circles round about the same time period, and if they had any input.
And and where was that in Florida?
Well, it was, south of Cape Canaveral, just kind of northwest of Palm Beach. So this would be kind of 2005, 2006 on the coastline, and these black circles were supposedly very visible to a lot of people and also made the news. Now, I don't think the news report had video, but they did mention it on the news, and we've tried to look for the news report and can't find it. So it would seem that it was either taken down or people reported it to the police. Lots of people phoned the police. It was a known thing at the time, but now when you look for it, we can't find anything.
Do you remember what month?
I could ask him. No, I don't think I know what month it was. I just know it was round about that year.
Okay. I am going now, like for a project. I'm going around and talking to different towns about UFOs. So that's not far from me. It's only 2 hours. So
yeah, well, see, the thing was, him and his friends seen it at the same time, and they have this kind of like ongoing conversation with each other where they're saying, "Do you remember the time we seen the big black circles that you reported in the news?" And they're like, "Yeah, but we can't find it." Do you know
right?
What I mean? Yeah, we can't find any information about it. It just seems to have been quashed completely.
I don't know if I just found it. Hold on.
It would be very good if you did, because the only thing that they could liken it to was this thing in the 1560s over Nuremberg in Germany, where there were supposedly black circles fought crosses or something in the sky, and the whole city seen it, and it was like, for that time, it was like actually reported in like what they would call a newspaper at that point. Do you get me? Like,
yeah.
It was, so you can find that thing on the internet, but you can't really find the thing in Florida. And supposedly the black circles were so black and dense you couldn't see through them. So whether it was like, it wasn't an eclipse, it wasn't stuff like that. It was something that's just always bugged them for years.
In here, they're talking about at 17,500 feet, and they're saying they may be lenticular clouds but it can't be, right? They were black.
Well, I mean, it could be, but these were perfectly round, perfectly spherical circles.
Oh, wow. So there's no, they said, there's no shadow on the ground, nothing that we could find. We don't know, but there's a cover up. Huh?
Well, this is what he said to me. He said that all the information, 300,000 people supposedly seen it. They phoned the police. There was lots of police reports. It made the news that night. And as far as we can find, there's no footage of it. So 2005, did people have the means to actually take pictures of it or not? So that's why I'd like to reach out to the community in case they had maybe seen something or corroborate it.
Yeah. So if anybody was in Florida in 2005 that knows or just knows about the story of these big black 4-mile wide objects over Florida near Cape Canaveral, 2005, let us know. Email me at goofonradio@gmail.com. Wow, that's cool. Any other cool stories like that, man? How you been? Everything going good with you?
Dude, I'm absolutely perfect, mate. Absolutely
nice.
Perfect. Loving it. Love the show. Love everybody else. Love everybody that's in the chat. You get me? You know.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I appreciate that.
The only other thing that I want to add in is the story that I told my mum when I was like 2 years old. First time that I could speak, I told my mum and dad that they weren't my mum and dad. I told my mum that you're not my mum, you're not my dad.
Did you tell me this?
Yeah, I've probably told you this story before.
So I like this. I think I'm remembering something. But so you said you're not my mom, you're not my dad, and then what?
I explained to them that I was a black child that had been shot 3 times. I had been going to find water with my friends. All my friends had been shot and died at the side of the road. I hid for like 6 hours. Came back out, was so petrified that they weren't going to be able to get water that I went and got water. Came back, and as I came back, my family was dead, and somebody came into the room and then shot me 3 times. And
wow.
So that's what I told my mum and dad when I was about 3 years old, before I could really speak.
And
she tried to catch me out. Like, okay, Mark, So how did you get water? Oh no, I had to go to the well to get water. So did you have like electricity? No, we didn't have electricity. Where did you live? Oh, in a hut. It was made out of straw. Do you know what I mean?
Vietnam.
Well, we think it was somewhere in Africa because I'm
okay.
Black. So like the one thing I knew I was black. Then when I died, I remember a shadow named Ion said to me, "I'm going to give you a really good life now, Mark, because that life was shit."
Wow.
That's what I am now, basically. So yeah, that's one of those ones that you take it with a pinch of salt, but I remember that like it was yesterday. So yeah, you tell that to people, they just think you're crazy. But
I don't know.
That's one that's always freaked out my family.
I don't know if you were around when I told the story of how I think I may have been reincarnated because I got shot in the back and in Vietnam. But check this out, the way I figured it out, I woke up and my back was spasming. But I remembered having a dream that I got shot running away from fire that was coming in from the enemy. And I got shot in the back and it was burning so much. It hurt so much that I woke up and my back was twitching and I was in pain, but then it went away, and I woke up and I go, oh my God, it was a dream, right? But it was so real. Well, I had that dream a few more times. And for some reason, I was doing a reincarnation show and we were talking about reincarnation. And I looked up the guy who was killed in Vietnam. The very first guy who was reported killed in Vietnam, his name was Richard, which I think is weird. And he died the same year I would have been born. So I'm just wondering if I got reincarnated as this guy who died in Vietnam, and then 9 months later I was born. And he had the same name, Richard. His last name, Ardenfield or something interesting. Yeah, good name. Last name he had.
I totally understand. As a grown up, I would say that reincarnation is a bit of a myth. But I remember this. So even like as an adult, I still have this kind of like vague memory of it. And yeah, that's something that's always like pickled my head, and the fact that I can't prove that that's real. Obviously, it just sounds like you've had a dream, or you've encountered something as a young boy that's made you see these things. But the fact that I was so adamant at 3 years old or whatever it was, and was barely able to speak, and was just completely convinced that this was not my mum and not my dad. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy.
Just so you can imagine how upset my mum was when I told her, like, you're not my mum. Do you know what I mean?
How did they act when that's so out of left field?
They posed so many questions to me to try and fit me out. Like, so many questions to try and fit me out, all sorts of things. And I would just hit them back with an answer every time. Like, this is what I done. This is how I done it. Do you know what I mean? Like, So what were the roads like? Oh, we didn't have roads. Do you know what I mean? It was a dirt track. Do you know what I mean? Like, what
you had answers.
Yeah, I had answers forever. So yeah, that's one of these ones that I don't really believe myself, but I still remember it. So I liken it to when I seen the orange objects in the sky. I didn't believe my own eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I kind of looked at it and went, nah, that's impossible, yo.
But you never know, though, right?
Yeah, that's it. You don't know. You don't know.
Have you ever had, and then I got to get going here, but have you ever had any dreams of UFOs, like anything recently? Aliens, abduction, UFOs?
No, I've only ever had what I seen with my own eyes, and that was the 7 UFOs, orange dots doing crazy speeds in the sky, faster than any drone or any plane that's ever done. And at that point, basically was shaking and thought to myself, like, whoa, like, there's no human could withstand those speeds. So it has to be a drone, but no drone can do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, no drone can go that fast. So no jet can go that fast even. I mean, stopping on a dime and then turning right, left, up, down, doing E-shapes round about each other. And there was 7 of them. So
that's the holy grail.
But then again, dude, like I told you, you shine a camera up at the sky when it's night, you don't get anything.
Right, of course.
Yeah, that's it. You don't get anything. So if I hadn't had somebody there that's seen it at the same time, I'd have thought I was insane.
Yeah. I know, man. I've seen some things and I said, nah.
Oh, dude, definitely. My own brain was telling me that can't be possible.
Nah. Yeah.
Nah, absolutely. Yeah. What have you been smoking? That sort of thing. Were you drunk at the time, Mark? Oh.
Hey, man, if I ain't smoking, I'm not seeing. Come on.
Oh, dude, that was one of them ones getting enlightened.
What was that?
I says one of them ones when you have to be enlightened.
Yes. Thanks for chiming in. It was great talking
I really
again.
appreciate it. I hope that maybe somebody chimes in that the fact that they've seen the black circles in Florida. That's the thing I want to ask for my friend, because he's been disturbed by the fact that he's seen these with his pal, and there was all this commotion about it, and it's not.
I'm gonna dive into it, man. Maybe I can find out what happened.
If you want to, you can bring up the Nuremberg thing from 15. If you just type in Nuremberg black
1560,
it'll come up, and you'll be able to read the newspaper print from what they've seen. And he basically describes it the same way that they did.
This is great. All right, thanks, man. I can't wait. Yeah, I got it down. I'm ready to.
Thank you very much, and love to everybody in the chat. Thank you very much again, Richie. I'll speak to you soon, brother.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Good to see you. Good talking. Take care. That was great. Oh, man, what a night, huh? Went so fast. I'm really happy that worked out. So no more. I'm not taking any more calls, obviously. But this was. I know I didn't do the analysis. You know what I'm going to do? I tried. It was just, I thought it would work out. I don't know why I thought it would work out differently. But I just learned something. Yeah. To try not to forget to do what you're supposed to do. I wanted to analyze them, but we kind of did. We analyzed them ourselves while we were talking. Well, I think this means, that I was worried. I always wanted a family, for Stephen. Maybe I had that dream, or I don't know why I said that. Sapphire Elf, I'm sorry. Sapphire Elf dreamed a whole lifetime. That's got to be, 25 years. First 25 years maybe of his life, or a 25-year portion from when he was 15. Something like that. So cool. It was good seeing everybody. And I really liked having conversations with you guys. So I'm going to try to remember to open up those lines of communication between us all. So at least we have a little different. You don't want to look at me every single night. I know I don't. Yeah. You know what I mean? Change it up. So thank you for that. I'm going to be on Rebellious Unknown in 30 minutes. So that's it for tonight. Hold on. Hold on tight to your dream. Well, hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. When you feel that you're boppity-boppa, and you do that you doodly-doo-doo, hold on tight to your dreams. When you can't get high and you're so alone, but you think you're dying on the telephone. Is that not how it goes? I don't remember. I am looking to make sure. Okay, hold on. We're discussing tonight the fatal fog in London in 1952. Oh, the London fog. Yeah, I forgot to watch that. Or, the deadly fog that paralyzed London. I know some of that, so I shouldn't be too far out of my element. But I'm sure we'll watch a video. Dang it. I meant to watch that. All right, but I will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Tomorrow night, I'm not going to say it. I'll just do it. You'll see. And we'll be back. Thank you, moderators and super chatters. Oh, yeah, I got a few more PayPal. Nathan, for $4.56, it says. He says, 2 good ears right here, listening. Thank you. Nathan Allen, Nathan Nitsky, Nathan's Hot Dogs. And Nathan has the Quantum Show on YouTube. Don't forget to check out Alien Girl in the morning. Tomorrow is our last show of the week in the morning. I don't know if she's doing anything special. Third Phase of Moon. Nothing yet. I don't know if there's a new video up, but I'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you, newcomers and veterans. Oh, what's this? Oh, I accidentally had something saved. All right. And we try to do it every single show here. Truthology for ufology. All right, we'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the tubes. Alien bless.
idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying objects.